Hello, so I did a Twitter thread recently on what to do during the quarantine for the Zodiac signs, and I thought this would be a really fun, not fun, that's a poor word, but I thought this would be a good video idea too, just to jump in and do some what each Zodiac sign could do during quarantine, or things to do that are good for them or entertaining. I feel like that's a helpful video right now for everyone. And also just I haven't really done my usual Zodiac videos in a while. So I figured why not do like a bonus video this week. So for Aries, I definitely feel like anything outside is ideal. But if you are not able to go outside, if you don't have a backyard, if you you just can't go outside, I feel like Animal Crossing on Nintendo Switch is a good idea. Video games, any video games. I think there's even like free apps on your phone if you're on a budget. Like anything that just helps mentally is good for Aries, especially because they're always so active with their hands. They're very restless. Another thing that I think would be a good idea is a like in-home workout, and that sounds kind of lame, I guess, or kind of stereotypical for Aries, but I do feel like it is surprisingly helpful, especially psychologically. I think it'll even surprise you too when you try it. And yeah, that's what I have for Aries. Now for Taurus, I feel like, you know, buying some candles on Bath and Body Works is a fun idea during quarantine. I also feel like trying new recipes in the kitchen, or trying new recipes with your coffee, even trying to recreate your favorite Starbucks beverages. I feel like that would be like a fun thing for Taurus. But then also another thing I feel like Taurus would really like is board games, because they do like connecting with their loved ones as well as spending time with people they care about, and board games just seem like a really fun idea. I have this one at home, which I have not admittedly played yet, but that's fine because I'm not a Taurus. And this is the Funko-verse Harry Potter. My boyfriend actually bought that and we never played it yet, so we'll go updated with that. And then for Gemini, I feel like cleaning your house, because I don't feel like Gemini cleans enough. No tea, no shade. I feel like that will also really help you in like mentally, because I feel like you're so restless and you have such a short attention span most of the time, that cleaning your surroundings will be surprisingly helpful for you. But if you need something else, I do think, you know, Wattpad.com is free. It's free books. I know I always say Wattpad, so it sounds really generic, but I feel like that is the coolest thing online, because it's free books and I love books. And not only you can read them, but you can write them. And no, this is not sponsored. I just really like Wattpad.com. I also feel like a good TV show is optimal. I've been watching a lot of Euphoria. I started Little Fires Everywhere on Hulu with Kerry Washington and Reese Witherspoon. I love them, so watch that. Cancer, I feel like Animal Crossing. I mean, everyone should be playing Animal Crossing, but I feel like that's a good thing. I also feel like getting connected with yourself spiritually is incredibly helpful. Sage spray, crystals, you know, anything. I also have these really cool books, and I feel like Cancer would probably like them. How to Be Mindful, and it just like says really fun little things like try something new, or everything happens for a reason. And that sounds really cheesy, but I do feel like Cancer appreciates those things, like something inspirational to keep your energy positive. How to be calm, you know, no tea, no shade. But I'm literally a Leo telling a Cancer to become, like it's the pot calling the kettle black right now. But focus on where you're going, not what you've left behind. Now for Leo, I personally feel like Leo gets very caught up in worldly things, so I feel like tarot cards are incredibly helpful for Leo. This is the Line Strider deck. This is the first tarot deck that I ever bought, and I just really like all of the, love how death is at the bottom calling me out. I just love like all of the like animations. I feel like this is really cool. Now if you don't like tarot, you don't have to like tarot. I know a lot of people feel like this is a controversial practice. I just personally feel like it's really therapeutic, and I feel like it's really cool, almost like a mindful meditation. Now if that isn't helpful, I definitely feel like listening to meditations on YouTube or yoga. I think just getting your body and mind in sync with one another is incredibly important for Leo, because I feel like Leo is so tense a lot of the time, and I just feel like that is incredibly helpful. Maybe start off with an oracle deck, that way you don't feel too overwhelmed. Leo gets overwhelmed easily. I got this deck. If you like astrology, you would appreciate this deck. I don't actually know what this deck is called. I think it's like the Moon Oracle deck. I don't know. But it's really cool, has really positive little things on it. Balance, spirituality, and practice. I feel like that's something Leo would like. Now, obviously, Leo is a little bit more creative, so I feel like buying, you know, Bob Ross painting stuff on Amazon and painting, that would be a cool idea. I also think making TikToks would be cool. I keep saying that I want to, but then I get scared and then I don't, so. TV and all the girls with heads inside my dreams. And then for Virgo, I'm not going to tell you to clean your room, because I feel like everyone tells you to clean, and I know that Virgos don't actually like to clean as much as everyone says they do, but I do feel like, I don't want to start like telling everyone to do the same stuff, but I do feel like tarot cards are really cool. It's a really cool study. If you're not into it already, it'd be cool to get into. If you're not huge on tarot, astrology books, I'm selling a Google document for $30. Not flexing, but for Virgo, I also feel like a really good TV show or documentary would be nice. I feel like they need to do something mentally all the time to unwind. So whether that is like a new hobby or some kind of TV show, I feel like a good TV show for Virgo would be Dark Tourist. I think that's a really like interesting show. It's like this guy who goes around and sees all of like the dark or taboo areas of the world. It's on Netflix. I also feel like, again, I just really think that Virgo should get into tarot or get into oracle cards. I have these oracle cards. They're a little bit more spiritual based, and I know like spirituality can make people uncomfortable. Like this one, for example, Akasha, your guidance is divinely guided. They do have a really cool little booklet though, which like explains what that means, and I feel like that's really cool. And if you don't want to get full on into tarot, I feel like oracle is a really cool guide. It's just really therapeutic. For me personally, that's literally why I do it. And I feel like Virgo should get into it. And then for Libra, spending time with people. If you're quarantined with someone right now, spending time with them. I personally like period piece romances, and that sounds really cheesy, but that's true. So if you really like romances, I like Emma. Emma is on Netflix. I know the new Amazon one is like $20 to rent if you have $20 to rent for a movie that's in theaters. The Emma one is really cute. Face masks, I think spending time taking care of yourself, whether that is like buying something, a really nice face product or body wash on Amazon, and doing like a spa day at home. I feel like just getting connected with your body helps you mentally. So essential oils diffusers, if you don't have one, you should really invest in one. I have some essential oils. I bought this one at a, what do you call it, metaphysical shop, and it's like lemon pie. It smells really good. But my essential oils diffuser kind of broke, so sweet orange is supposed to help with like waking up, vibrancy. Peppermint is supposed to help you with concentration and focus, because I know Libra is always starting tasks they never finish. Just kidding. Also, if you haven't watched Outlander, mentioning period piece romances, definitely watch Outlander. Definitely read the books. I bought the first book. I haven't read it yet, but Outlander, the best. If you're like someone that hates romances and period pieces, you probably will hate this video. But it's okay. You can apply your moon, sun, Mars, Venus, and rising, so you can skip to other placements instead of Libra for this. Yeah, again, I'm just gonna hardcore recommend Nintendo Switch and Animal Crossing. I'm gonna try not to do that for every single sign, but I feel like Libra, just Animal Crossing seems like a Libra energy game, so. For Scorpio, again, I feel like getting connected spiritually with yourself is incredibly important right now, especially when you're kind of forced to sit with yourself for so long. So I have been recommending this to other signs. I'm sorry, but I think, you know, sage, I don't smudge, so don't come for me. This is just like one that I bought at a metaphysical shop that's supposed to promote self-love. Did I just say I don't sage? Or I don't smudge? I don't smudge. I don't do the problematic. I have tarot cards. I like these ones for YouTube videos because they're like, oh, you can't really see. That was weird. There's like a rainbow iridescent. Okay, well, I see them. I think those are really cool to get into. I think sage, this is the non-problematic one. Selenite, it's supposed to like help cleanse and refresh everything. It's like a cleanse your mind. I also listen to Tibetan bowl sounds on Spotify, and I also listen to high frequency love sounds or healing sounds on Spotify, and that sounds really hippie-ish, but I do feel like it helps my like restlessness because I feel like I have ADD, so it helps me just like hone in on something and concentrate. And I guess that's it for Scorpio, just getting more spiritually connected with yourself. Now, if you don't want to be spiritually connected with yourself, I do think reading books is a good idea. I think websites like Pinterest and Tumblr are still quality content on the internet, and I think you can even watch Netflix shows now with your loved ones. So do that. For Sagittarius, again, if you can't use a backyard, open all the windows in your house. Try to go to a drive-in movie if you can. Try to go hiking if you can. I know not everyone can right now. If you can't do those things, I think getting connected with yourself spiritually is always great. I think watching meditation videos on YouTube or workouts on YouTube or something where you can be active, I think that helps get out a lot of the energy that you feel because you get restless and you get fidgety. And this is coming from a Sagittarius moon. So I am speaking on personal experience. I personally have a backyard, so I would recommend like sitting out there reading books on Wattpad are free. Or, you know, playing my video games out there. You know, I'm gonna recommend tarot for everyone. I feel like you should try it, but not everyone wants to, so that's fine. I forgot to record Capricorn because I suck. So for Capricorn, I really feel like the best thing they can do is Disney films, binging movies, just being able to chill in bed, reading books, being mindful or like taking notes of things. I think just like being able to connect with themselves and chill because they're so used to being overly active and doing everything. So taking time to just chill and do nothing, like Groot, for example. So yeah, I just feel like, you know, you know, some snacks, like, you know, so a nice little switcheroo, you know, some Animal Crossing, or just anything that helps them feel a bit more at peace. This is a difficult time. So again, like oracle cards, don't mind how messy that looks, crystals, anything that just helps reconnect with themselves. Aquarius, this sounds kind of weird, but maybe planting things. I think buying plants online. I think redecorating your house. Your sense of enjoyment is very like restless and psychological, so I feel like grounding yourself through plants or making food or meals that you've never made before. You guys are low-key homemakers even though you don't try to be, and I feel like those are things that are really helpful. Also, you know, Animal Crossing, but I've been recommending that to everyone because I suck. And I also think this would be a good time for Aquarius to make a YouTube channel. And I know that sounds really lame, but I think you might get a lot of enjoyment out of it, and I think this is like probably the best time for you to do it, because I feel like you guys have maybe talked about doing it, but then you never did it, so this is a good time for that. Now for Pisces, again, Animal Crossing or Mortal Kombat or binging The Office, but I also feel like, you know, tarot cards. I think if you can do a picnic and go hiking, do that. If you can't, open windows in your house. I think watching YouTube videos is always helpful and free. But you guys like escapism, so again, Wattpad is free. And overall, that completes this video. If you liked it, if it was helpful, give it a thumbs up. If you hated it, still give it a thumbs up, and turn on all of your notifications for me because it helps. And I will see you in my next video.